Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, I'll be going through who should you summon on the upcoming patch. Okay, so before we start this video, I want to mention one of the video that GG just posted. It's actually very good. Like I posted the death respawn meme video, which is they did a good changes, but that changes is only for the temporary changes, right? In the future, we still have to see like how they're gonna apply the Ether disc. Are we gonna get through some event content as well, like the Shimmer disc, and then what are the other changes for the future? But GG actually made a very detailed video on breaking down how Dislyte should actually be good in the future, like what kind of changes they should actually do. I think he actually pointed a lot of good view. If you are interested, you can go check it out. I'll put a video link under the video description. And now let's start the video. So the current patches in the global server, we currently have Feng Shun and Farah. So I'm just gonna quickly go through that part. Farah, just skip, and Feng Shun, if you don't have him yet, get one copy. If you have him and not R2, get him to R2. Then the rest of the rezo doesn't really matter. Focus him until R2. Okay, then for the Siegfried here, because he's a special banner, he's not going through Wishstone system. But keep note, they're gonna give out 16 Ether discs, and then with all the wave marker summon here, to be honest, it's kinda guarantee you, as long as you have around like 12k Nexus Crystal, which is totally doable within one patch, you are able to get one copy of Sieg. And definitely get one copy of Sieg, because the disc is going to expire anyway, so you can't stock it, you can't hoard it up, so you're just gonna summon for him, and he's actually worth it, because I would say he's actually one of the most meta as per for PvE and PvP content, so definitely get one copy. Then for the rate up banner, we have Suizai and Nora. So Nora here, I would say she's very strong in PvE as well, especially in PvE. Okay, PvP is also good, but there's a lot of counter, and PvP meta is more complicated because there's a lot of like different rezo, different point war range, different beat bar range have different kind of meta. It's very hard to judge her performance in PvP, because if you want to say her she is weak, she's not really weak. But is she strong? She's not like meta strong in PvP. But if we just talk about PvE content, Nora is very solid. I would recommend getting Nora at least one copy. Then R2 here is good, R4 here is also good, R6 here is also good. So I personally won't focus on my Wishstone or Nora. I would prefer to keep them, but Nora is a good unit if you are a new player to mid-game player. If you are trying to clear Yinglong, you're trying to clear Fafnir, Dislyte Land, and also Fluster Fantasy, Nora can be a very solid DPS for you. Okay, then for Suizai, I know a lot of you is actually waiting for Suizai rerun, especially if you don't have R6 Suizai. Okay, so here's my thoughts. So should you still get R6 Suizai now? It really depends. Do you have the Wishstone, and do you like Suizai? Alright, so why should I say so? So Suizai is very strong in PvP. For PvE wise, he's a limited range usage, so most probably you're gonna use Suizai in Wind Tower. Even Wind Tower, Suizai doesn't need resonance. In other content like Ritual Miracle, Fluster Fantasy, Dislyte Land, you don't need Suizai at all. Like you don't need Suizai to clear the content. If you're early game to big game player, one copy of Suizai can carry your tower content and early game content. So let's talk about rezo on Suizai. So if you want to get rezo on Suizai, most probably it's either you like Suizai, you like his design, or either you're trying to make Suizai in PvP content to work, because his rezo focus is more towards into the PvP, like getting more extra stats for the PvP content, vital damage increase, the true damage increase, all these things is more towards for the PvP, or else to be honest, in the PvE, R0 Suizai is all you need. Okay, so in the current PvP content, is Suizai still meta? I would say Suizai is still one of the meta team, but not the most meta unit. So the most meta unit is still going to be Moriyama. Moriyama is still going to be the best PvP team, especially in point war, and Rebound Knockout as well, and Triple Threat as well. Moriyama is still the best, because we have the level 70 now, right? Then Suizai probably is at the second or third or fourth, somewhere there. So with the Sieg coming up to the game, because Sieg here is actually have the very strong debuff, and this debuff is actually one of the Suizai weakness, which is Suizai is scared of Sieg. So with the Sieg appearance, probably they're gonna bring Sieg into the PvP content, because he's pretty strong in PvP as well. Then Sieg will be one of the counter for Suizai. So probably you are afraid of like or is because of Sick will Suizai become useless now? In my opinion, no, because even though we have so many Wuyu counter, you will still see Wuyu very actively in PvP content. Why? Because having 1 or 2 counter in the game doesn't mean that useless, the Esper being useless, right? So if you ask me, is Suizai still worth it? I would say yes, only if you are trying to use him in PvP and if you really like him. Okay, because if you don't like him and you just want for a very meta PvP unit, Suizai probably is not a choice. Probably you want to go for Moriyama, which is a Shimmer Esper, right? So but I will still say Suizai is still very strong, one of the meta unit, but not the most meta, because Suizai can be still used in Triple Threat. Is one of the Triple Threat requires you a lot of team, and getting Suizai into one team itself is actually very good. In PvP, everyone counters each other than Moriyama himself is kind of like standalone. So it really depends on your pick. But if you ask me, I would say if you don't really focus on PvP and you don't really like Suizai, then probably I don't think you should use the Wishstone on Suizai. Probably keep it because after the Nocturne Echo Pool, probably getting Wishstone is more harder now, because you might actually use all your Nexus Crystal into the Ether Disc summon for Umbra Esper. Then you summon Gold Record lesser. Because you summon Gold Record lesser, then your Wishstone income get lesser. So if you have the Wishstone, I would say you keep it unless you really like Suizai. And PvP meta actually changes pretty fast, so it really depends on your own choice. Okay, then after that, our rate up has actually a little bit of changes. So since the JV Transcendent thing got postponed, they actually changed the rate up here. Let me see here. So Suizai and Nora are still the same, but then we have Embla Fushi. Then they changed the Jinchu JV into Hilda Jin Yu Yao. Most probably they're gonna postpone the JV one into summer patch and probably buff him at the summer, and then with the JV skin itself, right? So we have Embla Fushi, Hilda Jin Yu Yao. So now let's take a look. So for Embla Fushi, I would still say Embla is still one of the best, but not the best. So Embla is kind of like, I don't know, the third best DPS or the 4th best DPS, I would say. It's still worth it if you don't have Embla. If you don't have Embla R2, if you're like a new player or new mid-game player, definitely get Embla's R2. Then R6 here is good, but probably not worth all your Wishstone investment. But I'll still say she's a good unit to go for. Then for Fushi here, Fushi usage is pretty good in PvP. PvP not really anymore, but still good. But if you ask me if he is worth the Wishstone now, I would say keep it. Because Fushi R6, like high result Fushi is not needed. Okay, not needed in the performance. Like, even though it will help, but I won't say it's more important than the other Esper. Probably you can keep it. So Fushi and Embla, I would definitely suggest to hoard your Wishstone. Okay, then for Jin Yu Yao. Jin Yu Yao here definitely a skip. We have no much comment on her. You get her for free for 1 copy. After that, all the reso here doesn't really matter. I will say skip. Then the next one is Hilda. Hilda I already keep mentioning, which 1 copy is all you need. But probably Hilda will become stronger now because of Sick. Because Hilda is a poison damage dealer, and then with the poison Hilda can apply is actually very consistent. And with Sick here can actually trigger all the poison effect. Probably Hilda value will go up a little bit, but not too sure about this part. But for now, my review still stands, which is R0. Then the result doesn't really matter. Even R6 here isn't really worth in the PvP anymore. So I would say don't really use the Wishstone. So if you ask me who have the highest priority, I would still debate between like Suizai and Feng Shun will have the highest priority to spend your Wishstone. Other that will be Nora, then Nora and Embla, then Fushi, then the rest is like the lowest tier priority. But I would recommend you to save your Wishstone, like if you don't really like them or if you don't really need them, because Sigfried itself is actually a very strong Esper that can cover PvE and PvP. If you have the Nexus Crystal, and definitely save your Nexus Crystal for Sigfried to hard pity him if you can't get the Sigfried within the 60 summon they give out for free. Alright, so that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is GenMP, SPVCE, JVMQ, Trent Ken, thank you so much for your support. And also special thanks for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Wishstone, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwalks, Rimu, Chani, Antonio Winterspoon, Cragran, Calamity, Rokos Tendions, Jordan Alons. Special thanks for your support. And also special thanks for the Super Thanks MVP, HMZ, RY, and X, Reeds. Thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest tag. Thank you so much for Code Wardeners, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Chani. Thank you so much for your support.